You booked the flight. You checked the seat. And now you're staring down the barrel of 14 hours in economy. Your knees already ache just thinking about it, and the kid behind you? Yeah, they're kicking. Sounds like a slow-motion breakdown waiting to happen, but it doesn't have to be. This video isn't about flying luxury. It's about surviving long-haul economy without arriving sore, sleep-deprived, or ready to strangle your tray table. These are real, practical tips from seasoned travelers. From what to eat and when, to how to sleep without interruption, where to stash your stuff, and how to keep your legs from turning into stone. We're covering it all. Let's start with the biggest mistake most people make before they even board: food. If you think airline meals will keep you full and satisfied on a long flight, think again. They're loaded with sodium, overprocessed, and show up at the worst times, like 5 hours after takeoff, right when your stomach finally stopped growling. That's why bringing your own food matters. Taste plays a role, sure, but what really counts is having control. You choose what to eat and when to eat it. On long flights, that control can make a real difference, especially when your body's already battling dry air, weird cabin pressure, and sleep all out of sync. Stick with snacks your stomach won't have to fight. A little sweetness from dried fruit, something steady like a granola bar, or even a peanut butter sandwich if you want something more grounding. The goal isn't to indulge, it's to feel balanced and comfortable by hour 9, without the bloat or the desperate need for ginger ale. Skip the free snacks. Pretzels and chips sound harmless, but in bone-dry air, they'll dry you out faster than you think. Here's something seasoned flyers do. On 12-plus hour flights, they eat just once. On 8 or 9 hour flights, sometimes not at all. Why? Because landing a little hungry helps your body reset to the new time zone. It's a simple jet lag trick, and it works even better if you're used to intermittent fasting. Just don't forget water. Hydration is everything. Skip the soda and coffee. Stick with plain water, sipped steadily throughout the flight. It keeps your digestion moving, your head clearer, and makes it way easier to bounce back after landing. So next time you pack, don't just grab your charger and headphones. A few smart snacks might be the thing that saves your whole trip. Most people bring an empty bottle to fill after security. Smart move, but there's a better one. Bring a wide-mouth thermos. Why? It does everything a plastic bottle can, plus more. It keeps drinks hot or cold, holds more water, and won't warp if you pour in tea or soup. On long-haul flights, there's often a hot water station in the galley. That means you can turn your thermos into a cup of tea, or even a snack like instant oatmeal. No need to bug the crew every hour for another thimble-sized cup. Cabin air? It's dry enough to leave you feeling brittle. Not just thirsty, worn out. Like your skin's been sitting in a dehydrator, and your energy went missing somewhere over the Pacific. If you don't stay ahead of it, you'll land not just tired, but drained. So ditch the flimsy bottle. Bring something that actually helps you stay hydrated, and maybe even feel a little more human by the time you land. It's hour 7. Your phone's at 12%. Your chapstick is up in the bin. So are your snacks. And now the seatbelt sign's on for the next 40 minutes. That's when the regret sets in. One of the biggest mistakes travelers make: packing everything into the overhead and assuming they won't need it until landing. Spoiler, you will. Keep a small personal bag under the seat in front of you. Not everything, just the few things that make a long flight bearable. A charger, something to munch on, something to clean up with, something soft to rest your head. Think of it less like a backup kit and more like a lifeline. And keep it simple. If you haven't used that gadget in the last 3 flights, it doesn't need to come down here with you. Save the overpacking for your checked bag. Pick something soft and flexible that won't crush your legroom. Bonus points if it has outside pockets, so you're not rummaging like a raccoon every time you need an eye mask. Call it your in-flight survival kit. Everything you'll actually need, right where you can grab it, without crawling over strangers to get to it. You can pack smart, hydrate like a pro, and still lose the flight if you end up in a non-reclining middle seat next to a broken screen. Most airlines let you pick your seat for free during check-in. The trick is logging in as soon as it opens, sometimes 24 hours before, sometimes 48. Set a reminder, and don't just pick at random. Go to aerolopa.com, where you can browse accurate, up-to-date seat maps by airline and aircraft type. You'll see which seats don't recline, which ones are next to the lavatories, and which are worth grabbing, all without guessing. It's not based on flight number, but the detail is top-notch. Need legroom, exit row, or bulkhead? Plan to sleep, window, stretch a lot, or hit the restroom often? Aisle. It's not just preference, it's survival strategy. And here's the age reality. Once you're over 60, the aisle becomes your best friend. No climbing over strangers, no waiting, just freedom. Long flights are hard enough. A smart seat choice can make them a little less punishing. Sleeping in economy feels like trying to nap in a shopping cart, but small tweaks can make a big difference. Start with the headrest. Most seats have adjustable wings or slide up and down. Use them. They keep your head from flopping and waking you every 10 minutes. Use the airline pillow too, but not for your neck. Tuck it behind your lower back. Instant lumbar support. In aisle or middle seats, check under the armrest. Some lift up. One click and you've got extra room to lean or stretch, especially if you're flying with someone you know. Now, neck pillows. Most people wear them wrong. Flip it so the thick part's under your chin. It keeps your head from falling forward. Still not comfy? Try a wraparound pillow like Be Cozy or the Hoosie Infinity. They support your head from all angles without pushing it forward. And don't overlook the eye mask. Airline ones are useless. Bring your own, one that blocks light and doesn't press on your eyes. Top it off with a soft travel blanket or scarf. It's warmer, cleaner, and cozier than whatever the airline might hand you, if they even do. Sleep matters. These small upgrades turn impossible into I got a few good hours, and that's a win at 35,000 feet. Let's get something straight. Noise-canceling headphones aren't a fancy extra. On a long-haul economy flight, they're essential survival gear. Picture this. The engine hummed drones for 10 hours straight. There's a baby crying 3 rows back. Someone's watching an action movie with no headphones. And the guy next to you, snoring like a lawnmower with a sinus infection. You can't stop the chaos, but you can tune it out. Noise-canceling headphones don't just block sound, they create space. A bubble of calm in a packed, overstimulating cabin. Your brain gets a break, your body relaxes, and if you're lucky, you might even sleep. Not a fan of bulky over-ear headphones? Go with foam earplugs. They're light, cheap, and shockingly effective at dulling the sharp edges of the cabin. So instead of abrupt slams and shrieks, you get a soft, distant whoosh. Enough to focus, rest, or simply not go crazy. And if you've ever had that splitting pain in your head during takeoff or landing, that's pressure buildup in your ears. Covering them helps, but so does yawning slowly or chewing gum to equalize. It's a small detail that can save you big discomfort. You don't need a full tech setup, just something to guard your senses. Because 30,000 feet above ground is no place to be trapped in noise you can't escape. So pack your peace of mind, whatever form it takes. Your brain will thank you. You're out cold. Noise-canceling headphones doing their job. Eye mask locked in, neck pillow just right. And then, tap tap. A flight attendant nudges your arm. Seatbelt check. Brutal, but avoidable. The trick? Buckle your seatbelt over your blanket or jacket, not under. It might look a little odd, but it shows the crew you're strapped in, so they won't need to wake you when turbulence hits. They check. They move on. You keep sleeping. Same goes for food service. If you're skipping the meal, lower your tray table before you doze off. That way, they can leave your meal quietly or skip you entirely if you look properly zonked. And don't underestimate the power of visual cues. Hoodie up, eye mask on, no screens. It signals to the crew and your own brain that it's rest time, not chat time. Because on a long-haul flight, sleep isn't luck, it's strategy. And the fewer reasons you give the world to interrupt you, the better chance you have of waking up feeling like you actually got some. At 35,000 feet, every uninterrupted minute counts. Don't waste them. You step off the plane after a long flight, look down, and your ankles have turned into water balloons. Sound familiar? That stiff, swollen leg feeling isn't just uncomfortable. It's your body warning you that blood flow slowed way down while you sat for hours in that cramped seat. And while it might go away after a day of walking it off, the risk is real. Poor circulation on long-haul flights can lead to blood clots, or in serious cases, deep vein thrombosis. Compression socks are your best defense. They apply gentle, graduated pressure to your lower legs, helping blood return to your heart instead of pooling in your ankles. They're lightweight, breathable, and way more comfortable than you'd expect. And don't think they're just for older travelers or people with health issues. Seasoned flyers of all ages swear by them. Even a healthy 30-something can feel the difference, especially when the cabin gets cold and your legs start to go numb. Plus, they solve one of the most annoying post-flight surprises: shoes that no longer fit. If you've ever had to loosen your laces or walk barefoot through the airport because your feet puffed up midair, you know the pain. Just one pair. That's all it takes. Slip them on before boarding, forget about them until you land, and enjoy the subtle but powerful difference. Long flight ahead? Don't just pack compression socks. Wear them. Your legs and your future self will thank you. Airplane cabins have their own logic. Freezing cold at the start, weirdly humid an hour later, and somehow both at once by the time you land. That cute outfit you picked this morning feels less genius when you're shivering at 35,000 feet. The most stylish passengers? Usually the most miserable by hour 3. What you wear on a long-haul flight can either help you rest or haunt you. This isn't a photo shoot, it's a survival mission in recycled air. Go with soft, breathable pants like joggers or loose leggings. A light t-shirt, a zip-up hoodie or cardigan you can take off and on easily when the cabin does its temperature mood swings. And don't underestimate the power of a scarf. One good, oversized scarf is a travel MVP. Blanket, neck wrap, eye cover, makeshift pillow. One item, 5 problems solved. What to skip? Tight jeans, bulky belts, anything metal that might earn you bonus screening time at TSA. You don't want to spend boarding tugging at your waistband or sweating through your layers in the security line. Dress for circulation, comfort, and sanity. Because when the seatbelt sign's been on for hours and the air feels like soup, nobody cares what you're wearing. They just envy that you're still smiling. That moment when your knees lock up, your toes tingle, and your lower back starts staging a protest? Yeah, that's not just discomfort, it's your body screaming, "Get up!" On long-haul flights, sitting still too long isn't just tiring, it's risky. Blood pools in your legs, joints stiffen, and your circulation slows to a crawl. That's why movement isn't optional, it's essential. Every hour or two, stand up. Take a slow walk to the back of the plane. Even a slow stretch, lifting your arms or shifting your spine, can remind your body it's not furniture. Some passengers even do a few squats near the lavatory. No one's judging. They're the ones landing with working knees. Can't get up because you're stuck in a window seat or someone's sleeping? No excuse. You can still flex your ankles, curl your toes, roll your shoulders, even do seated knee lifts. Every small movement helps. And here's a tip many people ignore. Some airlines include guided stretch routines on their entertainment systems. You'll find them hidden under wellness or travel tips. Might look silly, but 10 hours in, your spine will thank you. Staying still sounds harmless, until your spine says otherwise. Move your body, keep the blood flowing, and arrive feeling like a human, not a folded-up version of one. Flying with kids? Forget perfection. A few calm moments are the real win. Start with comfort they recognize, the snack they always reach for, a blanket that smells like home, that one stuffed animal with mysterious sleep powers. In a strange environment, familiar things ground them. Sound matters too. Kids' noise-canceling headphones don't just make cartoons better, they lower the chaos. Less noise, less stress, more sleep for everyone. Pack an extra outfit, sometimes two. Juice has a radar for white shirts, and always bring wipes, not just for them, for everything. Traveling with a partner? Make a game plan. Tag out, take shifts, even if it's just 10 minutes to close your eyes or scroll in peace. That micro break might save your patience faster than caffeine ever could. And when things go sideways, and they will, don't panic. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing something brave. Even if it's messy, even if it's loud, you're showing your kid the world. The goal isn't perfection. It's arrival, with a little connection left in the tank. You've got this. Motion sickness isn't just a rookie flyer problem. It can hit anyone, first-timers, frequent travelers, even flight crew on a rough day. And more often than not, it has less to do with nerves or food and more to do with where you're sitting. Flight attendants will tell you, the smoothest ride is in a window seat directly over the wings. That's where the plane pivots, its center of gravity. You'll still feel turbulence, but it's gentler, more like a slow sway than a sharp drop. Add a window view, and your brain suddenly has a fixed visual anchor, helping it sync up with your inner ear. That mismatch between what you see and what you feel, that's where motion sickness starts, and that's how you stop it. The worst place to sit is near the back. Turbulence hits harder there, and the movement feels exaggerated. Some people choose it thinking it's close to the bathroom just in case, but that logic often backfires. You're farther from the wings, closer to the tail's bounce, and more exposed to engine noise and exhaust smells, all of which can push your stomach over the edge. Seats over the engines might seem more stable, but they come with constant low-frequency vibration and sound. For some, that steady hum is white noise. For others, it's a sensory overload that amplifies discomfort over time. Even aisle seats can be tricky. Without a window to focus on, your brain loses its point of reference. Add the constant movement of carts, passengers, and flashing screens, and your senses get overwhelmed quickly. If you start to feel off, small things help. Aim the air vent at your face. Close your eyes and steady your breathing. Look at the flight attendants. They've done this 1,000 times, and their calm can ground you more than you think. Motion sickness is nothing to be embarrassed about, but with a smarter seat, a better view, and a few tricks in your back pocket, it doesn't have to ruin your flight. You can still land clear-headed, and maybe even proud you made it through without opening that little paper bag. So here we are. You've packed the right food, picked the right seat, figured out how to sleep, stretch, stay hydrated, and even handle motion sickness like a pro. Flying economy for 14 hours will never be glamorous, but it doesn't have to be miserable either. It can be manageable, strategic, even, dare I say, decent. And the next time someone says, "Ugh, I can't do long flights," you'll know better. Because now, you've got the moves. You've got the gear. You've got the tricks no one tells you about until after the trip goes sideways. And hey, if this helped you feel a little more in control of your next flight, hit like, drop a comment with your own favorite hack, and subscribe. We've got more no BS travel tips coming your way. Until then, safe travels, deep sleep, and may your next flight feel 3 hours shorter than it actually is.